Hello ladies and gents, if you're watching this video it means that you've either watched my Assassin's Creed 2 walkthrough or just happened to stumble across this video randomly. In this case, please go ahead and watch my walkthrough of Assassin's Creed game series, or just watch this one, whatever. Just like at the end of the Assassin's Creed 1 game, I've made a commentary after game video in which I explain the game's plot, the game's gameplay and other useful things to know about the game. In the meantime, you're watching a few skills that Ezio has to show us while in combat, of course with every single weapon he has at his disposal. Oh yeah, the legendary AC2. In this game you can find entertaining things to do and not so entertaining things to do. From Naruto-like running, beating up cheating husbands, delivering love letters, killing guards with a broom, having sex with random women in the middle of nowhere where everyone can see you, aiding the poor by throwing money just to create a distraction, undressing the beautiful Cristina Vespucci, and lots of Requiescat in Pace. Have fun. So a while ago I've decided to play all the games that I love and do a full walkthrough of them. So if you didn't see my Assassin's Creed walkthrough, please go ahead, don't be shy. I leave a link in the description to both AC1 and AC2 walkthroughs and of other games that I already did a gameplay of, which is actually just CSR Racing. Yeah. Okay, so let's begin. I've beaten the game under 24 hours and I did it fully synchronized, which means the game is 100% complete, with every single possible collectible. I did a short video of proving this, so you can go ahead and watch that too if you don't believe me. So, the plot. Assassin's Creed 2 begins immediately after the event of the first game in 2007. Desmond Miles is still trapped by Abstergo Industries, which is actually the modern-day face of Knight Templars, after being forced to use the Animus device to revisit genetic memories of the assassin Altair ibn Lahad, and discovered prophetic warnings from Subject 16, the previous Animus test subject that is, describing the end of the world. Desmond is soon rescued by Lucy Stillman, a mole for the assassins within Abstergo, who takes him to meet two other assassins, historian Sean Hastings and computer expert Rebecca Crane. These four, Desmond, Lucy, Sean and Rebecca, they form an assassin team, a small team who operates from the shadows and strike the Abstergo Industries, which is actually the Templars, and you know, this whole secret world we don't know about. So basically this is the game, which is actually fucking awesome. They request that Desmond use their version of the Animus 2.0, to relieve memories of another assassin, Ezio Auditore da Firenze, to train Desmond in the ways of the assassins, through the bleeding effect. So basically the bleeding effect is just a thing which you pick up from using the Animus. Desmond basically goes into the Animus, and when he comes out he has this bleeding effects which allows him to possess Ezio's and Altair's skills in killing and fighting and climbing and whatever, and eagle vision and everything, you know. So this is the bleeding effect. It gives you superpowers, which your ancestors did possess already. Yeah, basically. It starts with the birth of Ezio Auditore da Firenze. Ezio's memories being during the Renaissance in the 15th century, more precisely in 1476. And you will also play in 1478, 81, 86, 91 and 99. At the end of the game, Ezio will be 38 years old, but whatever, this is just some raw data. His family is ensnared in a political plot, and his father and brothers are hanged. Ezio, following his father's Giovanni's last advice, find his father's assassin tools. Wait. This means that Giovanni was an assassin too? Yes, and he had some good times too. I'll leave a link in the description to a very nice and short animated movie with the length of 35 minutes which tells us Giovanni's story, which took place right before the game's beginning. Back to Ezio. Ezio flees the city with his mother and sister to the safety of his uncle's Mario's villa in the countryside, which is actually the Villa Auditore Monteregione. Mario trains Ezio, but at first it seems pointless to Ezio because he just wants to run from the trouble. He just wants to run to Spain and leave everything behind. After he realizes he is a part of a greater plan and he has to finish his father's work, decides to stay. Mario assists Ezio in discovering the people behind the conspiracy. The search leading Ezio from Florence to San Gimignano, Tuscany, Forlì, Venice, and eventually to Rome. Because, you know, all roads lead to Rome. All the roads. As he identifies the assassinates more and more political figures, Ezio also gains several allies including Niccolò Machiavelli, Lorenzo di Medici, and Leonardo da Vinci, the latter whom helps Ezio improve his equipment using schematics found in Altair's codex pages. Eventually, Ezio identifies the Borgia mastermind behind all this plot, the Spaniard Rodrigo Borgia, who is now Pope Alexander VI, who ultimately sought to bring down the Medici family in Florence with the help of the Pazzi family and the Barbarigo family. Ezio finds Rodrigo in the possession of the apple, a similar piece of Eden that Altair had recovered centuries ago. Like in the first game, you know, I did a walkthrough of it. Go ahead and watch it, if you don't know what I'm talking about. And learns that Rodrigo believes himself to be the prophet that will lead the Templars to a fabled vault. Ezio is able to confront Rodrigo with the help of his allies and recover the apple, but Rodrigo Borgia flees before he can be killed. Yeah, basically the game doesn't let you to kill Rodrigo Borgia at this point, no matter how boss you fight, no matter how badass you are, no matter how upgraded you are, no matter how tough armor you got, no matter how big your damage is with your weapon, whatever, I don't know. The game doesn't let you to kill this fucker. Ezio's allies reveal that they are all assassins and sees Ezio as their prophet, allowing him to join their ranks. So at this point of the game, Ezio becomes a highly ranked member of the Assassin Brotherhood. You know, they do all the nothing is true, everything is permitted stuff, and Ezio is one of them. During his exposure, Desmond finds himself briefly struck by a puzzling memory of Altair and his lover, a former Templar named Maria Thorpe, who became pregnant with his child, Darim. So this is the first Templar and assassin love that the Animus presents us with. Altair and Maria, what a lovely couple, and Darim, their son, an Ezio/Templar son. How exciting. I wonder what happened to that Darim. We actually don't find out from the games. They should do a, prequel to this Darim character. Go on, Ubisoft, power on. It is also revealed that apart from training Desmond as an assassin, the assassins also wish to find out more information about the foretold vault. Desmond also finds various glyphs left by Subject 16 in the Animus, which when decoded and assembled from a brief video of a man and a woman, Adam and Eve, running through a futuristic setting called Eden, with a piece of Eden. The video ends with the ASCII codes in binary for, well, you guessed it guys, it's Eden. The video implies that Adam and Eve were not cast out of the Garden of Eden, but rather stole a piece of Eden, being used to control humanity before escaping. So they escape with the piece of Eden, which was used to control minds. Back into the Animus. So after this, Ezio has many adventures with the apple in Forlì. And he loses the apple, regain the apple, lose it again, and at least retrieve it from Savonarola. What the fuck? It's so hard. Fuck, I can't pronounce it. I'm very sorry. This is a hard word, and my native language is not Italian. Savonarola. Yes. In Florence, who has used it to control people's minds. Savonarola used it to control people's mind in Florence, so he had to be stopped by Ezio. Nice, good job, Ezio. After this, Ezio and the assassins plan to attack the Borgia at Vatican City. Ezio corners the Borgia and strikes him down, but refuses to kill him, as he knows that it will not bring back his family. Ezio uses the apple and the papal cross, which is also a piece of Eden called the staff, and discovers the entrance to the vault. So basically he finds finally the foretold vault. Inside he is astounded when a holographic figure called herself Minerva appears, speaking directly to Desmond and those monitoring him in the 2007. She explains that she was a part of a far more advanced society that initially coexisted along with the early humans on Earth before they faced each other in war. A global catastrophe occurred, nearly wiped out both sides, and the survivors joined together to construct temples across the Earth to allow humans to prevent similar catastrophes in the future. Before the hologram disappeared, she warns Desmond by name that the rest is up to you. Desmond and Ezio are both equally confused and shocked at Minerva's words and appearance. I know, right? Inception-like shit. Virtual gods. What comes next, Ubisoft? Nah, I'm just kidding, I love those games. I love the Assassin's Creed series. I've fallen in love again with it, and I can do it over and over again. Jesus, they're just so addicting. Like, I could play it all day. And there's so many games at this Assassin's Creed game series. Whew. Shortly after recovering this memory, he is pulled out the Animus. Desmond and the others are forced to flee with the Animus 2.0 for their location as Abstergo troops surround it. So their location got exposed. There, they counter Baron Vidic, who flees when Desmond and Lucy deals with their troops. As the team heads towards a new safe house, Lucy explains that there are newly discovered weaknesses in the Earth's magnetic field. A solar flare striking this weakness would cause a similar level of global destruction as described by Minerva. Desmond resolves to help the assassins find these temples, and prepares to re-enter the Animus, knowing that Ezio may hold the answer they seek. Now, for the gameplay, the new future is introduced to us for the first time in the game series. And same as in the first game, the historical targets and places and events are very real. Ezio's targets are very real, and they were very alive in the Renaissance. Thank you, Ubisoft, for teaching us history, because we gamers, we weren't paying attention in history class. So, that all being said, thank you for making me smarter. This game is a more realistic one than the last one. Assassin's Creed AC1 is not compared to AC2 because, let's be honest, much better game. The guards are more accurate. Let's say accurate because they can pay attention to you, not like in the first game, where you could just walk through. Yeah, there are lots of improvements in the climbing system and free running system, for example, faster climbing, bigger jumps, and of course the legendary leap and grab move that you'll learn in Venice from Rosa, who's actually a thief, but whatever, thieves could climb. Oh yeah, and free running was a trend in Italy, every single civilian could climb and free run, just like the assassins and thieves could. Yeah, at first I found this funny. There are lots of improvements in the combating system as well. Lots of gadgets introduced like Poison Blade for distracting other guards, Hidden Gun for more ranged power, and Smoke Bombs for stunning enemies. There are also 3 other types of weapons like blunt weapons, long weapons, and heavy weapons. Smaller but significant improvements are made in the blending system and looting system as well. Oh yeah, and let's not even talk about the moves in the fist fighting. They introduced hand-to-hand combat just like the armored one. You can starve, dodge, block, and counter. And if you fight against an armored guard, you can even disarm them. It's just lovely. There's another featurette introduced in the game, which is shopping and building. You have to buy upgrades to your armor in order to survive longer in combat. You also have to buy new weapons for more damage. For the Hidden Blade, there are lots of stealth assassination parts like ledge assassination, double layer assassination, and assassination from hiding spots, which is very useful because, you know, we should have been introduced to us in the first game, Assassin's Creed 1, where it would have been very useful. There is a notoriety system, which basically is that you can't do anything without raising your notoriety. Notoriety. Fuck, another hard word in English. Oh yeah guys, sorry for my English, it's not my native language either. If you steal from someone, if you enter restricted areas, if you bump into someone who is carrying something, or bump into a guard, your notoriety will increase. Doing anything that is illegal will increase your notoriety, which is another nice thing about this, because it makes the game more realistic than the last one. And in order to decrease this notoriety, you have to tear down posters of yourself, have to bribe her lords, or to kill Templar man who speaks ill of your actions among the crowd. The most loved system of all is building and renovating the Villa Auditore in Monteregione, which is actually a safe house for Ezio. If you increase the villa's population and value, you will gain more money every 12 minutes, not 12, 20 minutes in the game. I personally like this one the most because it's amazing to see the little city evolve. You have to work very hard in the game for the city to be fully upgraded and, you know, to receive a lot of money. Oh yes, and by some miracles in the Animus 2.0 you can swim. How exciting. Fuck you, Altair, you couldn't even swim. How the fuck could you be an assassin? Nah, whatever. Ezio could swim. And of course travel by gondolas on water. And traveling in air is possible by the flying machines that Leonardo da Vinci invented. Have fun with those tools. So, that's all for now guys. I know it's been a long walkthrough, but it was an awesome game and I'm very excited for showing this to you guys and sharing the experience. If you like this walkthrough, please make sure to subscribe for more walkthroughs just like this. And if you want to see me playing games live, please follow my Twitch channel, to which I will leave a link in the description down below. Thank you for watching. You can find everything that I just said, everything you can find down in the description. Thanks for watching and see you next time guys.